Okay, you see the title. I'm going to make this clear. This is the aftermath of the Civil War. Now, I'm going to say this right now. We now know that Roman Reigns is going to tribal court Friday. And I'm going to tell you honestly. I know everyone loved the story of the Civil War. Even I did. But I'm going to tell you right now. One match was stupid. I'm going to say it again. I'm saying it fucking again. One match of the Civil War is stupid. At a minor pay-per-view, not SummerSlam. If you're going to make this mean something, you're going to supposedly end the bloodline and end the Civil War, which you shouldn't have ended the Civil War. It's too soon. One match in the Civil War. Really. One real match. And that's when the Civil War starts, and now it ends. It's stupid. I'm telling the truth. I don't know about JD. I don't know about Just Alex. I don't know about anybody. For me personally, knowing that the Civil War supposedly is over, and now the Usos are doing, they're basically both in charge when there should only be one, it feels hollow. I'm saying it right now. It feels hollow. And I'm sure they're going to do something to drag it out some more, unless they're legitimately going to take the moniker of the Tribal Chief away from Roman Reigns, so they can set something else up. And I don't believe it is the title. Guys, I don't believe it's the title. And if it is the title, Jay ain't winning it. Jimmy ain't winning it. Neither one. And I don't even think Solo would win it. It's not going to happen. If it does happen, that's even worse booking. This shouldn't be the way it is. But let me make this clear, because we're circling right back to Raw. This show is the aftermath of the bloodline, whether it's over or not. Let's make this clear. If the bloodline is over, if the tribal court takes away Roman Reigns' title of tribal chief and he's just a regular WWE Undisputed Universal Champion with 3 titles, three, then it was a waste. Because now, if this is the end, and they're doing a tribal court now, and they're ending the bloodline, they're ending it, or reorganizing it where Roman should fall in line because of one person. Should be Jay, but doesn't mean it will be. I don't know. We now have to go forward from here. And let's look at what we got. Opening with Seth, with Cody, and with Brock Lesnar. Do I actually believe that Cody was going to do anything with Seth? I knew he wasn't going to do anything, because I knew him showing up like this, something has to become screwy. And what did we get? The same old thing. We're getting Brock Lesnar showing up, and now Cody managed to give him a Cody Cutter, and he walks away, runs away after having a quick fight with Cody Rhodes. Really? That's simple. Cody's gained nothing. I'm saying it right now. Cody gained nothing before and after. I don't even understand how Vince, because this isn't Triple H, this isn't Nick Khan, this is Vince, guys. Think about it for a minute. This is Vince and his decision not to do anything with Cody Rhodes, particularly after he got hurt. And, well, see it like this. Cody getting hurt, tearing his pec, is understandable. When he came back, they should have put him in Royal Rumble to win and to go and win the damn title. It didn't happen. Now he's still dealing with Brock Lesnar, which really feels flat. It feels empty. He just dealt with Dominic at Money in the Bank, which meant nothing. And before that, he was dealing with Brock, where he supposedly broke this, and it still feels like nothing. Yes, he had his talk later in the night, and what was her name? Julia Reynolds is now working on Raw. Don't really care about her. She's lovely. She seems very pretty. She seems to be doing a job well. I don't really care, but it's a waste. Let's move on to let me say this. Did I care about Nakamura and Priest? No, because I knew Priest was going to win. I knew. And I know I'm skipping the part about Priest talking with Seth. There's no reason. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But I knew that Nakamura was going to job, which he did. The only thing here that I thought was mildly interesting was Ronda and Shayna Baszler. Here's the thing. This should have been set up before WrestleMania. You got two horsewomen of the UFC and MMA scene. Two women that have known each other probably even longer than a decade. Even though Ronda did say they've known each other a decade. I think they've heard about each other and even met one another before that. They probably weren't friends, but they met. Let's make this clear. They should have done their feud before WrestleMania, and it culminated in them being in the ring at WrestleMania. Both of them facing each other at WrestleMania. But no, they wanted to be a tag champs. They wanted to be tag team. And now you decide to finally pull the damn trigger on Shayna Baszler dealing with a Ronda Rousey. The segment was okay. The fight and seeing Shayna Baszler give a knee to the face of Ronda Rousey was fine. But get this, it's too late. Legitimately, they had a chance in the beginning of the year for Shayna to go up against Ronda. They could have built a reason around them basically having an attitude. But there was nothing. And now, Money in the Bank, they're working great together. No attitudes, no problems, nothing, no funny facial looks by Shayna Baszler. Whenever Ronda spoke, nothing. And all of a sudden now, she decks her, chokes her out, and we get this. A badly, badly booked story. I'm interested in seeing that now that they've done it, how are they going to make it mean something that is really late to the game, but this at least was done. Now, let me give it to you like this. I knew that Trish broke her nose. She had a bad bruise here. I think she broke it. And they played into it because they had to put a guard on her face. Did I care about this segment? No. Did Becky sound good? Yeah. Did Zoe Stark sound good? Not really. She still needs work on the mic. Especially that she's standing right next to Trish Stratus, who's never been known to be very great on the mic. Sometimes she can be okay, but a lot of times she's underwhelming. And I'm saying this as someone who was a fan of Trish. I didn't see a lot of her in the mid-2000s because I was always so busy and I didn't have cable. But I'm telling you right now, Trish, in her age right now, she's younger than me. She's in her late 40s. Still looks gorgeous. Great set of boobs. She still sounds like herself. But she's never been great on the mic. And she is working with Zoe, who's not really great on the mic that much either. She needs work, and Trish is not the one that can do it. The only person amongst the three who sound decent is Becky. And that's the person that Zoe needs to work with. Yes, she's having a match next week, but still, she needs to work with Becky more than she needs to work with Trish. And I'm taking nothing from Trish. She went through hell years ago when she was wrestling still. Let's make it clear. Vince rather see a woman in panties than in ring trunks. Let's make it clear. That's the deal. She had to work her ass off to get where she is. Now, mind you, many people do believe that she didn't just work her ass off. She let someone stick something up it and stick something in there. And I'm not saying that truly happened. I'm not. Some people say it did. Some people said it didn't. And I'm not saying either one. I'm just saying that she did bust her butt working in a room, getting hurt, just like Lita did. Okay? But this segment didn't work. Now, we got the Logan Paul and Ricochet talk. Now, Ricochet's calling out Logan Paul next week because of the fight after the match where Logan cut his shoulder open. You've seen the shot. I believe I had it. And it was a nice, juicy cut. It wasn't small. Now, Logan got mad, started fighting with him, and now they're going to supposedly see each other face to face next week at Buffalo, because they were in Baltimore. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. It's going to count on what they're going to do with it. Let's move on. Rhea Ripley dealing with Natalya. I'm going to tell you this. It was well longer than 2 minutes. And they had, I believe, 2 commercial breaks. They gave Rhea and Natalya time. I did not care one damn bit. I didn't. Even though they tried to set up Natalya getting screwed over last week, it doesn't make a difference to me. It doesn't. Because when you see what Rhea is dealing with, the problem here is she's got no competition. None. None. Who does she have to really deal with? Becky, who's busy with Trish. Bayley, who's going to be dealing with Io Shirai, Sky. I don't see Bayley getting pushed as a face now to go against Io, because the only person that can deal with Rippy is Io, and I have no idea what we're going to do with Io. She should have been on the show. She was not. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't see anything great for Rhea. The only thing she has is Judgment Day, and I'll get to that in a minute. Now, people are going to say, dude, what about the match? It wasn't that bad. I'm not saying it was. This is not about the match quality. I'm not telling you, and particularly that at the very end of the match, Rhea bit her mouth, or bit her tongue, because she was bleeding from mouth because of Natalya sticking her feet up way too high, and Rhea went, and she started bleeding from the mouth. I'm just saying that there's no real competition after Natalya, other than Io, who wasn't even there at the show. Shouldn't it have been Io who she should have dealt with than Natalya? Instead of Natalya having a 10-minute match with her? And I'm not taking nothing from Natalya. I'm not against Natalya. She's worked her ass off for years. To be honest, I want Natalya to leave WWE. I'm telling you right now, Natalya has done everything she can in the company. She's stagnant. She's stagnant, yes. She's gotten more curvier. I'm not saying her boobs are implants. They probably are natural. I'm not saying completely she's reworked her face, but we do know she has done her face. She's worked on it. It's not the same way it was 8 years ago, or 6 years ago, or even 4 years ago. If she's not getting Botox injections, she got some work done on her face. It is obvious she did. But I think she should move on. I think it's time at this point that she needs to leave WWE. Do what Trin and Mercedes did. Leave. There's nothing here for her. She's done everything she can. It's only a matter of time before Vince makes a fart. I'm just saying. The part of the show that talked about, because we already done the breakup, we already done the setup, now it's done the suck up. Viking Raiders and Alpha Academy. Guys, this match was not about Ibar and his partner. This was not about Otis or Chad Gable. This was about Maxine Dupree getting over and getting a win over Valhalla, Sarah Logan, who, from what I understand, has not really done much wrestling on the main roster. Maybe she's done main event a couple of times. Maybe. I can't say if it's been recent. She has been a manager all this time. And legitimately it shows, because when you saw her in the ring, she looked so bad. I don't know if she's been wrestling in main event. Maybe she has. But there she looks sloppy. And worse yet, Maxine, who's supposedly debuting, looked worse. Hell, she tried to do a damn worm. Guys, even though the Baltimore crowd was so loud, obnoxious, when they cheered, they cheered. When they booed, they booed. The majority of the time, they didn't need to put much canned heat or canned pops. It was just the crowd itself. And I appreciate that. But we're talking about Maxine Dupree. Yes, she's kind of like that. Then we got Sarah Logan, who's like that. But the problem is, both of them are like this when they should be like this. Both of them didn't look good in the ring. Maxine needed someone that can guide the match for her when the men are not doing anything. And it was not Sarah to do that. Sarah did not guide that match. Sarah jobbed for her and looked terrible. I'm just saying. I'm moving on. What else do we want to talk about here? I guess the only thing left to talk about is the ending of the show with with basically Dirty Dom and Dirty Dom and Seth. This was not about the match. I knew it was not about the match. I knew Seth was going to win, which he did. And I knew there might be a beatdown, which it was after the match was over. It was Damian Priest who came out with the damn title. And basically, Money in the Bank is a title. As long as they let you have it. It's a title. You're literally holding your title in your hand. That contract can guarantee you a title. As long as Vince is willing to let you have it. And the opening of the show when he came out, after Cody and Brock had their moment, I didn't think they let him job here. But I'm going to be honest here. I don't think Vince really cares about Damian. Literally, he doesn't. Because I've been thinking what this might happen. For Damian Priest to win, when Vince wanted Logan Paul and Triple H wanted LA Knight, people wanted LA Knight to win and Logan Paul not to. Neither one of them could agree. And I guess Vince said, okay to his son-in-law, all right. I'll let you have Damian Priest. And he let him have Damian Priest. But the key here is Damian Priest still needs to be part of Judgment Day. And they're showing Judgment Day breaking apart. After the match was over, after it looks like Damian was going to get a shot to really do something, you see Finn come out. It looks like either Finn is going to leave Judgment Day, which probably won't hurt Judgment Day too much. He can work with J.D. McDonough. Or he'll stay in Judgment Day and they'll bring in J.D. McDonough, which won't hurt Judgment Day. But having Damian Priest leave it will hurt Judgment Day because he still should stay with it because they still need him and he needs it as well. He just is not strong enough as a character to do it on his own. Particularly that they don't book him very well and write for him very well. He's just not a great enough of a character to get over. Yes, the crowd did care about Damian. I'm not taking nothing away from that. But this was a very loud Baltimore crowd. And we know that in most places he's okay. But he's part of Judgment Day. I'm just saying. Peace.